Jordan Rubin was just 19 years old when he was suddenly struck with severe colitis. Over a 2-year period, he lost 80 pounds along with the ability to walk. Then in just 3 months, Jordan went from a wheelchair to working out. Lorie Johnson explains how changing his diet completely transformed his health.
While serving as a Bible camp counselor, Jordan Rubin became suddenly ill with an inflammatory bowel disease so severe it eventually caused him to lose 80 pounds and the ability to walk.
I didn't understand how a young man who was living for God, I didn't do all the normal things that people do at college. I was ministering to people. I wanted to go into ministry. And here I was, having a fate that I considered worse than death.
After being diagnosed with Crohn's colitis, Jordan saw dozens of doctors over a 2-year period. Then he met gastroenterologist Joseph Brasco.
It was curious to me that he didn't really seem to have any good response to anything.
That changed, however, when Dr. Brasco helped Jordan adopt a diet to help balance his gut microbiome. That's the ecosystem of good and bad bacteria in the intestines that scientists have discovered can have wide-ranging health implications. The key for Jordan was to follow a diet putting lots of good bacteria called probiotics and other healthy foods into his system, while staying away from items that led to the growth of bad bacteria.
12 weeks after I started this plan, I went from 100 plus pounds in a wheelchair to 170 pounds on my 21st birthday, working out on the beach.
Now, years later, the two are sharing the plan that turned Jordan's life around in the book, The Probiotic Diet.
When I was healed, I knew that God had now purposed me to share this message of health and hope with his people all over the world.
The diet is for people struggling with all kinds of digestive problems.
Fatty liver, diverticular disease, certainly irritable bowel, chronic constipation, chronic diarrhea. These are the kind of bread and butter conditions that we see in the office here. And I do believe that these are greatly improved with, if not completely eradicated, with a diet like the probiotic diet.
It begins with taking a daily probiotic supplement, then moving to consume the various foods and beverages containing these healthy bugs.
Think about cultured or fermented dairy, yogurt, and kefir, which is available everywhere. Even high-quality sour cream has probiotics, and cottage cheese has probiotics. Sauerkraut, kimchi, and pickles, if they're made the right way. Apple cider vinegar has probiotics. Kombucha, kvass.
While many of these items may seem new, most are actually very old.
Fermented foods have been part of the human culture forever. Maybe the last century or so, that we've started to move away and become so fearful of bacteria and not realizing there are things that are actually good bacteria.
Probiotic foods were very popular in the Bible. And so if you hear about Sarah killing the fatted calf, getting curds, or David delivering to his brothers against the Philistines curds, they weren't simply cheese. This would have been a yogurt or a kefir or perhaps a cheese.
Since the good bacteria are alive, like most living organisms, they need food called prebiotics to survive and reproduce. Fiber, like the kind found in vegetables, helps that good bacteria to thrive in our system. So the diet includes those veggies and other fiber-rich foods like fruit, beans, and whole grains. While a healthy gut microbiome involves adding lots of good bacteria and fiber to our diet, it also involves subtracting some other items. Those include processed foods and sweets, which can lead to a bad bacteria takeover.
We've had many people, and they come in with chronic GI disorders, and we say, look, just get rid of sugar, and please don't add sugar substitutes. We see them back a month, 6 weeks later, and the vast majority of them are significantly better.
So while millions look for relief from painful digestive problems, for some it can be found in the form of an ancient diet full of fermented selections and whole foods created by God. Modern scientists recently discovered this old plan can help us feel better by achieving the right balance of good and bad bacteria in our body. Lorie Johnson, CBN News.
Well, if you're having health problems, you ought to look at what you're eating. And there's a great guide here with Jordan Rubin's book. It's called The Probiotic Diet. Improve digestion, boost your brain health, and supercharge your immune system. And it's available nationwide. I got an education in probiotics years ago in India where they would serve curd with every single meal. And I was eating it because the food was so hot. I needed it. And then I found, yes, there are wonderful benefits to having probiotics in your diet on a regular basis. So look for that probiotic yogurt. Get some good kimchi. We've moved away from fermented foods. It used to be a regular part of every person's diet because that's the only way you could preserve it. So you had to have it go through some kind of fermentation. So if you want more, we also have a free 14-page booklet, and it's entitled Build a Better Gut, and it's available, let me underline, free for you. You can download it on cbn.com, or you can just call us, 1-800-700-7000. We'd be really glad to send it to you. So all you have to do is call us, and you can start to build a better gut.